Fox Radio 910.
Welcome back to the Marcus Wagner Show. Last chance, liberals, Democrats, progressive socialists. I've told you folks before about the enemy, about how they have serious, deep-seated psychological issues, how they are children and sociopaths, how everything in their life is based on insecurities and they try to fill that insecurity with attention. All right? You may think that I don't know what I'm talking about. You would be mistaken. You would be sadly mistaken even. I want you all to just play along with me here for a minute. Just close your eyes. You may not even have to. Hey, this is radio. You don't really have to close your eyes. I just want you to imagine a child's playroom. Imagine a child's playroom filled with wonderful, expensive toys. A fire truck, a huge teddy bear, a hobby horse, a dollhouse, dress-up outfits, balls, games, puzzles, anything a child could want. Now I want you to imagine a spoiled child in the room by themselves playing. All right? Think of that little kid in there just playing with all the toys and stuff. Now, scene changes a little bit. An adult walks in and ignores the child. The child continues to play or whatever, you know. Ignores the child and the toys. But the adult finds a clothespin in the tracks of the closet door. The adult begins to play with the clothespin, opening it, closing it, taking it apart, making it walk around like a toy soldier. How long? How long of a period of time before that child is going to want the clothespin and begin to cry for the clothespin if it doesn't get it? You see, because we all know a spoiled child would do that. But here's the interesting part. The truth is that the child does not want the clothespin. This is what a lot of people don't understand. The child's not interested in the clothespin. The child actually wants the attention that you are giving to the clothespin, or that the adult is giving to the clothespin, and is therefore jealous of the clothespin. The child thinks that by taking away the clothespin, that you will be forced, or the adult will be forced, to pay attention to it. See, to a child, life revolves around being the center of attention. Now that I have shared that little scenario with you, and I'm sure that nobody disagrees with that, remember how many times Marcus has told you folks to turn off CNN, turn off NBC, quit reading the New York Times, the editorial page of the Roanoke Times, NPR, get it out of your life. How many times have I said that? I want you to think about this now. Let's go back to the scenario, the child in the playroom, okay? I want you to imagine now that fire truck in the playroom, that's CNN, okay? Imagine that the teddy bear, well, that's the New York Times. The hobby horse is NBC. The games are the Huffington Post. The puzzles are CBS. The dollhouse is MSNBC. And last but not least, talk radio is the clothespin. Little old talk radio on the AM dial. No fancy color images, no crystal clear signal, no huge staff and rich journalistic history, just a scratchy voice on an all but forgotten radio signal. Of course, the spoiled child is the Democrat Party. So you got to ask yourself, why are the Democrats so fixated on talk radio? I'll tell you why, folks, like I've told you before. Because it takes attention away from them. You see, all those fancy toys are useless if nobody's playing with them. And that's what I've tried to tell you folks time and time and time again about Democrats, liberals, progressives, socialists. You have no idea the mentality of these people. These are not adults that we are dealing with. That is why I have told you that the entire ideology of the Democrat Party, of socialists and leftists and communists, is garbage. It's pure and unadulterated garbage. And when you deal with liberals, when you deal with Democrats, you are actually dealing with children. How desperate are the Democrats to silence the voice of talk radio? How desperate are they? You see, they had all the television stations, they had all the newspapers, they had all the TV shows, all of the Hollywood movies, all of the magazines. They had everything. Everything. But you see, conservatives weren't interested in that garbage. Conservatives were not interested in it. They were interested in that one little scratchy voice on AM radio that was the truth. And when Democrats and liberals saw all of the conservatives, a majority of the people indeed, paying all of that attention to little old talk radio, oh, they couldn't deal with that. They couldn't deal with that. Why? Ask yourself why. Insecurity. Why does a 5-year-old kid stand in front of the television screen? Because they want to be the center of attention. And if they can take TV away, if they can get in between you and the TV, well, then they'll be the center of attention. Now carry this to the next logical step. Are these the people that you want deciding public policy? People whose only worldview centers around themselves. People that have absolutely no empathy whatsoever for the way that other people see things, for other people's needs and wants and feelings. Do you really want children determining policy for the entire United States of America? And if you think that children are capable of setting public policy, then why don't you take a look at the inner cities? That's the handiwork of selfish, incompetent children. That's the handiwork. You see, what a lot of people don't realize, but child psychologists will tell you this. You can take a kid, if they're young enough and spoiled enough, and if they want something bad enough, a particular toy, you can even tell the kid, you can say, look, we can give you the toy, but if we do that, your daddy has to go away for a long time. You can even say your daddy has to be killed or whatever. And a lot of times that spoiled kid will still take the toy because they don't understand the consequences of their actions on other people. Take that exact same scenario and apply it to these inner cities. All the Democrats and liberals, they have good intentions, but they are unable to accept the consequences of their actions upon other people. I'll be back in a minute. 540-343-9397.